today's interview, I'm chatting with Josiah from Swanky Disc Golf. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to hear some details about their YouTube channel and their upcoming DIY disc golf cart using maker pipe and conduit. So let's jump into it.
I'm Josiah, and there are 5 guys that are involved in Swanky Disc Golf when we started it, and I probably do the least amount of work compared to the rest of the guys, like not even close. They do a lot of it. So Luke is kind of the mastermind behind the idea of when we started it, and we kind of all had the hobby. So he does all of the editing, a lot of the filming, and he's basically the face of it because a lot of videos he filmed by himself and did stuff like that. So from the beginning, it was a group idea, but he lived in Maine when we started, and now we all live in Georgia, but he lived in Maine at the beginning. So we were doing all the videos long distance, and he would do some and try and get us to do some of that. So Luke does a lot of the videos, most of it. Reed does a lot of the other filming. If you've watched any videos of the channel, you probably see Luke and Reed most of the time. Nick does a lot of the videos as well, but he is also behind the camera a lot of the time. So a lot of the time, if you see Luke, it's usually Nick behind the camera or things like that. It was just best to try and use the catch camera most of the time. So having a 3-guy team works most, and Nick, Reed, and Luke do most of that. And then Will's another guy who's a part of it, but he lives like 2 hours away from the rest of us. So
makes it a little difficult.
Yeah, so it's a lot harder to get him as involved as I think he or we would like. And then I got married a few months ago, and I've just kind of been AWOL for most of the year.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. But I love it, and I do what I can, and I do most of the finances and the business side of it. So I dealt with most of the sponsorships and stuff like that. So I don't actually get behind the camera almost never. And when I do come out and participate most of the time, I'm one of the other people filming.
How long have you guys had the channel?
So it was all just for fun. Nothing like, it was just like, I like filming stuff and editing stuff, and I really like YouTube, so he wanted to get more into the YouTube scene just to see what that was like and to experience that and just to try it. And but like some of my favorite videos were just the comedy videos that Luke did by himself. Like he did one that he's like, excuses all disc golfers make, and I still quote it to this day. It's like 2 years later, and I still know the video, and I quote it on the course. If anybody ever mentions something, I'm just like, that's like from Luke's video.
They changed the pin location. For real, last week I would have been parked right there. I'm going to rethrow. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Nice. And that's the best way to start. I mean, when you're authentic, you're just doing it for fun. Yeah. And I think that leads to success. And I mean, you guys just hit 10,000 subscribers recently, right?
Yeah, no. So we've been pushing for 10,000 subs over the last month and a half. We were at like 6,000 at the beginning of November. And we really wanted to try and hit 10 because we knew that was an achievable goal. Right. And Luke had been planning doing 25 days of Discmas.
Today is December 1st, and we are kicking off our 25 days of Discmas.
So we did a YouTube video every day for the first 25 days of December. And normally we only do once a week. And that's kind of common for a lot of YouTubers, but we use that to kind of propel us to pushing and to try to grow our brand a little bit more, because on YouTube, you can grow your brand a lot during the last quarter and the last month, especially of the year, because that's when everybody's at home, they're in the holidays, they're online. And so it was a good opportunity for us to just kind of grow. So we could disc golf, we threw in a giveaway, and it kind of just enabled us to get to that push. So we were really excited to hit that. I didn't actually think we were going to get it. We were at 9,000 a week ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think from Christmas, and then Luke posted, I think we were at 9.7 yesterday, and then Luke did a video yesterday, and it just pushed us over the edge. And so we were really excited about that.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Congratulations on that. It's awesome to reach that milestone. You had a goal when you reached it. That's great.
Yeah. That's awesome. But we really like the idea that our version of disc golf on YouTube wasn't to try to be really good and try to be pros on YouTube, playing really good rounds. And it wasn't to try and tell other people how to play disc golf. It was hey, let's just be authentic. Let's just be real. Let's just say, hey, this is what disc golf is for the majority of out here. You're not going to go out there and throw a 600-foot shot like the pros you see. You're not going to be hitting 60-foot putts. You're going to miss a lot. You're going to have a lot of funny moments and just kind of enjoy the sport. as it is a social sport and not try to feel like you have to be a pro at it, which I feel like everybody has that in mind sometimes. Like in anything you do, like every athlete or anybody who's ever played a sport is like, hey, maybe, but a lot of us know that's not very realistic to most of us. So we're just like, let's just go and enjoy the sport for what it is.
Yeah, and I definitely could see that when I found you guys. I was looking, for disc golf channels, and I found you guys and can tell that right away that you just were having fun out there, making informational how-tos and roundups of different discs and everything like that. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And when you reached out to us, like immediately, I told because Luke has the email and he forwarded it to me, and immediately I was like, oh shoot, that's brilliant. We could make a video on how to build a disc golf cart, because nobody, I don't know if there's a video on YouTube that says how to build a disc golf cart. I haven't searched it yet, but I don't know if that exists. And a lot of people are looking online and carts are really expensive. And after going to your website and doing some research, I said, no, I could make a very simple video on how to do that with your parts. And it's way more affordable than going out and buying a $300 disc golf cart.
Yeah, we kind of started seeing that was a need, because we actually had we do a series called Maker Pipe Monday, so we round up community builds, and we had one that was a disc golf, and I sent it to you, or sent it to the email. I think it was this one originally, and this was in the thumbnail, and we noticed that a lot of traffic was coming to that. People were searching to trying to find a DIY solution, but none of us were really into disc golf enough to know what kind of advice to give on how to build one, and that's why I was looking for somebody that had more experience and could actually make something beneficial to people searching for it. So
yeah, no, that's awesome, and we're really excited. I actually have a design that I really like, and it's really simple, and it's a lot different than most disc golf carts that exist out there, because that cart design and that one you just showed us is what most cart designs look like. Like if you look up, Google search a disc golf cart just in general, most of them look that way just in general.
And we've had a few shared in our community, and they kind of, like you're saying, have that similar design.
Yep, it's that same curve at the top, straight down. Yeah, that's one of the most popular ones out there. Then you've got the Zuka one, and you're going to see they all range about $300. They all look pretty similar. So I changed up my design slightly, just because I wanted to make it one, more affordable, but two, I didn't want it to be this fancy concept, because for a lot of people, they just don't want to carry around a shoulder bag. It's not this. They don't want the cup holder, and they don't want the seat necessarily. A lot of I never sit down on a disc golf course, and I understand needing a cart where you're in a tournament and you're having to sit and wait. But a lot of the times I'm just playing a casual round and I'm throwing 4 or 5 discs, and then I'm walking around to go pick up 4 or 5 discs. I'm not going to one and picking up one and then sitting and waiting a few minutes like you might in a tournament. So I didn't need a seat in mind. But
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I haven't really thought about that, but it makes sense that that's one of the good things about DIYing is you can customize it exactly, how you need it. You don't have to put the seat on there, because they've done some pretty cool things. Most of them, like you were saying, they all have the similar design, but I don't think he has a seat. I don't know. I guess you could sit on that, but it's kind of a shallow seat.
But I don't know how supportive that would be. But that's where I kind of I actually took. So I can show you. I actually made 2 prototypes with yours. Nice. I'm not so good on pen and paper at all. So this was actually perfect for me. I can be creative with stuff like this, but my first one does look that same concept. And I liked that, but then I was like, I don't want a seat and everyone looks like that. So I came up with this one.
Nice.
Which is much more simple in my opinion, because I don't want a cart that has to have all this extra stuff. I literally just need one to set in my bag. And so I just said, let's just break down the angles. You just need some things on the side, the back, top, and the cart to sit on. That's it, 2 wheels. And then the one thing that I didn't get on this prototype mostly because I used the pieces I needed on the other one is the handle at the top, but that's just an extension of the middle pole.
Right.
Not necessarily having to add up some more pieces. And then the other thing I really liked the designs you sent me, because one of them did something that I'd never thought of, and that's the bottom of that first picture you showed me. is, so the bottom of that one is just a wire, like it almost looks like shelving rack that you would find in your closet, like that kind of shelf. And I think that's brilliant because you don't have to ever clean that. It's never going to get dirty. You're not going to find leaves, dirt, and mud tracking down on the bottom of that from a course you might play. And so that's what I'll probably implement as the bottom of that. And then you get some support around the side, 2 wheels and a handle. It's as simple as it can be.
Nice. So your design, it kind of does away with the seat, but it's basically you have the triangle shape here, and then, you have your bag for the disc, and then you have this underneath storage. And
I won't even do underneath storage. I'm just gonna because I don't think there's a need for storage. Everybody who has a bag is gonna have. There's gonna be a cup spot on the bag. They're gonna have a pocket for their keys or their wallet or for minis. Like that already exists in most disc golf bags. But I didn't feel that it was required to be in a disc golf cart. So as far as a DIY, simple, learn how to do it really quickly, I didn't think that was necessary. I was just trying to do away with any fancy features and make it as simple as possible.
Nice. I like that approach. I think that's cool that you did it that way. Just kind of solve a simple problem and just have a place to store the bag. And until everybody starts wanting you to haul their stuff around on, then you're going to have to expand.
That's what I keep backup satchels for, okay?
Yeah. And what did you, so for the handle, so I see Rustin, he used, it looks like a handle from a Razor scooter. So did you find any other solutions, or do you think you'll use something similar?
So I thought about the Razor scooter, and I actually looked it up. There's a Facebook group where it's DIY disc golf carts that I found. And I did look on kind of just some of their ideas as well. And a lot of them did just some fancy things, or actually there's some ideas that I saw for some other carts that would be really good that could use your parts as well. But for the handle, honestly, I don't see a need in a scooter handle or something like that. So what I'll probably do is just extend the center pole and then just have an L bracket that goes out either to the left or to the right with another short pipe. And that's it. I don't think it's necessary. You can get some fabric to go around it, get some tape if you don't like to hold metal, but I don't think you need anything like that, because I don't know if you ever used a scooter, but if that spins like the scooter that I have, it's not going to be fun to grab that when it spins all the time. So, which I imagine that didn't, because there's no wheel attached to the bottom. But that's the concept I had in my mind. Is that and a lot of other DIY carts that I saw were just going and buying the Zuka disc golf cart handle part. So they would just go out and buy that one specific part and then use that by itself. And
I saw, I don't know if this is
that one I think is the Zuka cart handle.
Okay.
It might be, because especially with those pockets, like that's a disc golf cart pocket thing that they do, is they have extra pockets for the putters lining up the cart. But I don't want it to be too extensive. The one thing I did like about the scooter is that you can raise and lower it pretty easily. So as far as putting it into your car and stuff like that. So that's something either I'm going to have to make sure that that's not intrusive to storage or something like that, or I'll have to find a way to raise and lower it.
That kind of gives me an idea. So you could still do the same kind of design and just go up, have the pipe that goes up and then have a T at the top to make a handle. We have these, where are they at? Telescoping clamp. So it actually has 3/4 inch on the bottom half, and then 1/2 inch EMT can go. It's not super structural. I mean, it has its limits, of course, but I think for a handle, I think just so you can quickly lower it, I think that would be great.
That was my other option, was to buy a part like that. I didn't even know that you had that part. So there you go. That's one more reason to get all the parts from here.
Yeah, so I think that would work well for a handle. You could telescope, because I didn't think about that. It makes sense. You want to be able to put it in the vehicle.
You want to be able to just stick it into the trunk and be done with it.
Right.
But the rest of this I adjusted pretty well, and I honestly just tried to do something different than what everybody else does, because I was like, I'm sick of seeing the same thing everywhere I go. So.
And that's cool. And I think another great thing about DIYing it, because you may do it that way, then somebody may see yours and then they get an idea and they incorporate that into something else that they do. So
I mean, that's how it works. You sent me 2 photos and I took ideas from both of them, and
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah, you send me that parts list whenever you're ready, and any accessories you need, anything like that, we'll get them out to you. And I'm excited to see the build come together and see it out on the course. And
yeah, me too. I've got a lot more free time this weekend, so I'm probably going to try and get this done. I know Luke's kind of out of video ideas for the last month because so lot of videos.
Yeah.
So
Do
I'm
so
gonna
many
try
back to back like that. You
Um,
kind of burn through ideas quick.
Well, we had filmed like 7 of them before December even started, but it
Mm.
was like once a week he would be like, "Hey, we need to film 3 videos." And so
Right.
like I went and played disc golf like 3 times, but never even played a full round. I was just filming for videos with them, and it was like, wow,
Right.
I haven't played disc golf in a month, so it just
Yeah.
goes with things. But it's fun. We like it, so
That's awesome.
It's fun to combine a hobby with some other features just to share the sport.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's really cool. I love what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for taking the time out to meet with me. Just send me that parts list,
Absolutely.
and we'll get them sent to you.
No
Really
problem.
looking
Thank
forward
you
to
guys.
it. Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too.